Now let's dive into the second part, which is basics of TensorFlow. We look at tensors and operations in this section. So let's get an introduction to tensors. Understanding tensors is fundamental to working with TensorFlow. Let's dive into an introduction to tensors. Like, what are tensors? In TensorFlow, tensors are the primary data structure used to represent data. They are multidimensional arrays with a uniform type called the data type that can hold numerical data. Tensors can have various ranks which correspond to the number of dimensions they have. Here's a breakdown of the tensor ranks. The scalar, which is a rank 0 tensor. A scalar is a single numerical value such as a floating point number or an integer. It has 0 dimensions. Next one is vector, which is a rank 1 tensor. A vector is a one-dimensional array of numbers arranged in a single line. Example includes a list of numbers or a row or column from a matrix. Matrix, which is a rank 2 tensor. A matrix is a two-dimensional array of numbers arranged in rows and columns. It represents a collection of vectors. Next, high-rank tensors. Tensors can have more than 2 dimensions, such as a 3-dimensional cube of numbers, example in RGB image, a 4-dimensional array representing a collection of matrices, and so on. It can go to, you can call it like n level tensor, rank n tensor. Some of the properties of tensors are shape. The shape of a tensor defines its dimensionality or the size along each axis. For example, a 2 by 3 matrix has a shape of 2, 3. Data type, D type. The data type specifies the type of data stored in the tensor, such as a float 32, int 64, etc. Last one is the values. Tensor holds numerical values corresponding to the data they represent. These values can be assessed and manipulated through TensorFlow operation.